mist lingered like a silent guardian, an omnipresent veil cloaking the gates of the Addams mansion. It clung to the wrought iron bars and twisted vines, transforming the estate into a spectral fortress. The thick, swirling fog seemed as though it conspired with the night itself, shrouding the mansion in secrecy and safeguarding the peculiar lives within from prying eyes. The air was damp, carrying the faint scent of earth and rain, mingling with an indefinable tension that seemed to breathe life into the shadows. Inside the grand yet eerie manor, Gomez and Morticia Addams sat by the hearth, the crackling fire providing the only light in the room. Its flickering glow cast long, undulating shadows across the elaborate decor, a curious mix of Gothic elegance and macabre charm. They savored their candlelit tea, the quiet punctuated by the occasional clink of porcelain. Gomez, ever the ardent romantic, gazed at Morticia with adoration, murmuring poetic endearments in hushed tones. Morticia's serene expression and delicate smiles reflected a tranquil moment in an otherwise chaotic household. Their peace was interrupted by the deep, resonant chime of the doorbell, a sound that reverberated through the cavernous halls like an ominous herald. Lurch shuffled to the door, his massive frame moving with deliberate slowness. The heavy oak creaked as it opened, revealing a man standing just beyond the threshold. His features bore an eerie familiarity, though his countenance was draped in uncertainty. "Gordon," he introduced himself, his voice carrying an edge of unease. I believe I am Uncle Fester." The declaration hung in the air, heavy with implications. The family, though predisposed to the extraordinary, exchanged glances laden with suspicion and intrigue. Yet, true to their nature, they welcomed him with open arms. Gomez clasped Gordon's hand with vigor, while Morticia extended her hospitality with measured grace. Their eccentric hospitality extended even to strangers, especially those who claimed kinship. Wednesday, perched like a raven on the armrest of a tattered chaise, observed Gordon with her sharp, unblinking gaze. Her intuition, a finely tuned instrument of discernment, hummed like a taut string, ready to snap. Pugsley, her counterpart in mischief, stood nearby, muttering half-formed theories about espionage and betrayal. Gordon, for his part, appeared ill at ease. His movements stilted as he navigated the mansion's peculiarities, the snapping door knockers, the living ivy that slithered of its own accord, and the family's penchant for riddles steeped in the macabre. He stumbled, flinching at every unexpected oddity. The Morticia's calm hospitality masked his unease. Gomez's initial skepticism began to wane as Gordon spoke, stirring memories long buried beneath the sands of time. Fragments of their shared childhood seemed to surface, though they remained shrouded in uncertainty. Their conversations, laden with subtle pauses and unspoken questions, hinted at both longing and mistrust. While Gomez maintained his optimistic demeanor, he could not entirely silence the nagging doubts whispering at the edges of his mind. Unbeknownst to the Addams family, a malevolent force orchestrated the reunion from afar. Abigail Craven, a cunning and enigmatic figure, watched from the shadows, her intentions cloaked in deception. It was she who had sent Gordon into the heart of the Addams household, a pawn in her intricate game. Her goal was as audacious as it was sinister: to locate and seize the family's fabled vault, rumored to contain untold treasures. Gordon, bound by fear and manipulation, tread a precarious line between loyalty and betrayal. Among the mansion's inhabitants, Thing emerged as an unlikely sentinel. The disembodied hand scuttled through the labyrinthine corridors, its keen senses attuned to the faintest irregularities. It relayed its findings to Wednesday and Pugsley, who began piecing together the fragments of a sinister puzzle. Clues emerged in the form of a torn letter hidden in the library, an unfamiliar emblem engraved on Gordon's luggage, and whispers of clandestine meetings held under the cover of darkness. The children, emboldened by their suspicions, devised elaborate traps to uncover Gordon's true intentions. One such trap led him to a secret chamber filled with riddles and symbols only an Addams could decipher. Gordon's frantic attempts to escape betrayed his fabricated persona, solidifying Wednesday and Pugsley's conviction that he was not who he claimed to be. Their quiet resolve grew, determined to protect their family from whatever threat loomed within. The tension within the mansion grew palpable, the mist outside its gates seeming to press against the walls, eager to seep inside. Gomez, unable to ignore the inconsistencies in Gordon's story, confronted him one stormy night. Lightning illuminated the room in jagged bursts, casting their confrontation in stark relief. Gordon's denials were met with Gomez's impassioned demands for the truth. Morticia, ever the matriarch of grace and poise, intervened, her presence diffusing the conflict while leaving a lingering air of doubt. Abigail, sensing her carefully laid plans unraveling, took matters into her own hands. She infiltrated the mansion, her arrival marked by an unnatural stillness that seemed to pervade the very walls. Cornering Gordon in a secluded alcove, she issued an ultimatum: open the vault or face her wrath. Gordon, torn between his growing attachment to the Addams family and his fear of Abigail's retribution, stood on the precipice of betrayal. The climax unfolded in the heart of the mansion, where the fabled vault lay hidden behind an intricate lock. Gordon, having finally deciphered its secrets, stood before it with trembling hands. As he touched the cool, ornate metal, a flood of memories overwhelmed him, breaking the chains of Abigail's manipulation. The realization struck with profound clarity. He was Uncle Fester. The revelation shattered Abigail's control over him, and he turned to face her with newfound resolve. The ensuing showdown was a chaotic symphony of loyalty and defiance. Abigail, cornered and desperate, lashed out in fury, her carefully constructed facade crumbling. The Addams family rallied as one, their peculiarities proving to be formidable strengths. Wednesday and Pugsley, armed with their ingenuity, devised clever traps to thwart her. Thing's swift and silent movements became invaluable, while Gomez and Morticia stood steadfast, their love and unity unshakable. In the end, Abigail was defeated, her shrill cries of defiance fading into the mist as she was expelled from the mansion. The Addams family, victorious and more tightly bound than ever, stood in the glow of their shared triumph. Tears streamed down Gomez's face as he embraced his brother, all doubts dissolving in the warmth of their reunion. Morticia, her hand resting lightly on Gomez's shoulder, watched with quiet satisfaction, her enigmatic smile hinting at unspoken truths. The mansion, once again, settled into its peculiar rhythm. Uncle Fester, fully integrated into the family, brought with him a chaotic energy that only the Addamses could truly appreciate. The household buzzed with a new vitality, its members reveling in their shared eccentricities. As the days turned into weeks, the air of mystery surrounding the family remained intact. One quiet evening, a package appeared on the doorstep, its origins unknown. Morticia, with her characteristic poise, opened it to reveal a cryptic riddle inscribed on aged parchment. Gomez, standing beside her, tilted his head with a sly smile. "The next chapter has begun," he whispered, his voice tinged with anticipation. The camera pulled back, revealing the mansion bathed in silvery moonlight. Its towering silhouette stood as a testament to resilience, unity, and the peculiar charm of the Addams family. The story, it seemed, was far from over, and they awaited the next twist in their extraordinary tale with open arms.